Well, what I love about what I think you're doing and you're tackling this problem is that execution gap. So, executives sit in a room and they talk to consultants and they do market research and they look at their product or whatever they're delivering to the market and they say, okay, we're going to create this strategy because this is where we think we can win. Right? This is the niche space where we think that we can do this better than any of our competitors and where we can win. And they craft this strategy. And then they start to cascade the strategy down. So that's failure part number one, point number one. Because every time you cascade the strategy down each level, research shows that we lose about 50% of the messaging. So when
Okay.
an executive communicates it down to the senior leadership team, about 50% of the messaging is lost because we as executives created the strategy. We know it inside and out. But when we verbalize it down, cascading it down, there are parts we may leave out or just assumptions that are made. And so the message gets diluted each level it goes down, number one. So that's one point of failure. Second point of failure is we don't do a good job in general of helping each role within the organization understand where they plug into the strategy. What is your piece of the pie that's going to be able to execute on the strategy? And how does that fit into the overall strategic picture? So we don't make good students of the business and organizations and helping people understand. The third failure point is around the culture, right? We don't judge culture, good or bad. We just ask one question. Have we created the culture that is able to implement the strategy? Right? So that's the third point. So you have these three major points of failure, I think. And that execution gap, Brian, which is I think what you're really trying to tackle as well, is how do I as an individual seller understand the strategy of my organization, create the right culture, and then day to day when I'm interacting with a buyer in the sales role, let's take that role. How do I live that? How do I make it happen? It's really, really hard for those reasons. And so you
Yeah.
need a scalable, like fail safe, automated process that's aligned to the strategy that we execute against.